this is Michelle with Pink and Maine. Today we're going to make some cards with the March 2020 Crafty Courtyard box, which is themed celebrations. And for my first card, I have a white layering panel cut out here that I've embossed with the birthday celebration embossing folder that's inside the kit. So we have this textured white layering panel, and what we're going to do is, to make that stand out even more, we're going to blend some Distress Oxide ink over the panel. We're going to use our new ergonomic blending brush, which I apologize for the delay in getting these in. They are in production now as we speak, and they will be in stock by the end of the month. But we're just going to kind of blend some ink over, and you'll notice how the ink really picks up on the raised embossed areas and really kind of highlights those. So now we have our embossed inked panel, and I have already cut our other pieces. I have a white card base, and I cut out one of our scalloped rectangle dies, and we're going to layer that right on top of there. And if you're like me, you never throw away scraps. I have this white paper that I'd stamped a sentiment on before, and it didn't come out the way I wanted it to, so I thought, well, I'll just use the other side, and it worked out perfectly. So we're just going to layer that on there, and then we're going to layer this onto our card base. I've also cut out a circle with one of our stitch circle dies and some of the pattern paper in the paper pack, as well as a scallop circle to fit behind it. And what I've done is I've just cut off a little bit from the side there on that, because I like sometimes for elements to go off of the card or look like they go off the card. It just adds some interest. So we're going to glue these down. And I'm going to add a couple of these chipboard stickers to this frame and then call our card finished. And there we have our first happy birthday card. I think I may want to add a couple of the sequins to this to finish it off. And there's our completed card. Now we have it all finished with some embellishments. For our next card, we're going to keep it quick and simple, but make a nice little birthday card. I've stamped out the Make-A-Wish, and I've just layered it on a piece of purple cardstock that comes with the kit. I've cut this out from the postcard, so it's already nicely colored for you. You can see the back of the postcard there. And I'm gonna layer this piece on top of another square. Now this square was cut out from the frame die that comes as part of the kit. And I didn't wanna, I used the frame on something else that you'll see in a moment, but I didn't wanna throw away the square that it cut out in the center, so I thought we'd use that as well. I'm just gonna layer that on here. And then we're gonna glue that on top of this nice candle pattern paper. It's from the paper pad. Before I lay that down though, I wanna put some ribbon, so we'll set that aside. Jumping ahead of myself here. So I've cut out two pieces, a piece of the purple and a piece of this pattern paper from the paper pad with some of our stitched rectangle dies. Those sequins stick to your fingers. So we're gonna layer these together. Ooh, look at that pretty orange gingham on the back. The papers in this paper pack are so pretty, and the colors are really nice and vibrant. I'm just trying to decide if I want that going up and down or across this way. I think I'll do it across. So I'm just gonna put some of my double-sided adhesive at the ends of the ribbon. Change my mind, I want it up and down. Let's do it right there. And this pretty purple ribbon is also part of the kit, one of the ribbons. So now we're ready to adhere this panel down to our card base. Now I'm going to take our little panel with the candles and center it here. I apologize for the train in the background. And then I'm just gonna slide the other piece of ribbon that I've cut right underneath there. And I'm gonna tie a simple knot. Just like so. And now I will just trim the edges of the ribbon. We're almost done, but I want the sentiment here to pop up a little bit. So I'm gonna take these foam strips. We have these on our website because I absolutely love these things. They're 1/8 of an inch foam adhesive strips, and you get like 33 strips in a package. And they're perfect for shaker cards and such, or if you just need a thin strip of foam to pop something up and give some dimension. I think I'm gonna put our sentiment right in the center of these candles here. And there we have super quick and simple, but gives a nice completed look. Little birthday card, says Make a Wish. And the only thing we've stamped on here is our sentiment. The rest we've used pattern paper, and the candles here are from our postcard that's in the box. Okay, so now we're going to make 4 cards. Yes, that's right, 4 cards. They're all very similar. All very similar as far as how they look and the parts and pieces we use to make them. But I wanted to use all the stamped images and kind of show you how you could quickly put some cards together using the stamped images and the die that's in the kit. So we're gonna do this one together. Just slide those others out of the way. So basically what I've done here is I've cut out the frame die that's in your kit. I have stamped and colored in with my Copic markers the images from the stamp set and just cut them out in a square that will fit behind the frame there. I have 2 pieces of ribbon. I have a sentiment, and this one is from one of the chipboard stickers. And then I've cut from our stitch rectangle die and our scallop rectangle die, I've cut the little layering pieces here to go on the card base. So I'll start by putting the scallop rectangle on the card base. Now for this piece, I want the ribbon to go across, but I don't want it to interfere with my frame. So I'm just gonna judge how big that frame is there and where I want my ribbon. And then we'll just adhere that to the back. And this ribbon is from the kit. And we're just gonna wrap this around like so, and it's attached at the back. And this is a fun like confetti pattern that's in the pattern papers. So now we can adhere this down to our card base as well. I'm just taking the little sentiment, the chipboard sticker, and I know I want that to go right down here underneath the ribbon. So we'll put that on. And now we'll start to adhere down our piece with the stamped image on it. I'm just going to kind of center this. And now I'm going to adhere the frame. And now I'm going to take the ribbon, and sometimes when I tie a knot, I'll put like a little dot of glue or adhesive where I want that knot to stay. And there we have our little knot, and then I'm just going to trim the edges of that ribbon off. I want to show you a little trick as well. If you don't want the edges of your ribbon to fray, you can take the smallest amount of glue, if you have a clear drying glue, and just kind of put it along the edge of the ribbon there. I just kind of tap it like that, and it will dry nice and clear, but it will seal the ends of your ribbon and you won't have the fraying. So here is one card that we finished, and then we're going to just do the others really quickly. So here's the card we made with the frame and the stamped image, the ribbon, and the little chipboard sticker sentiment. And I said we were making 4 of these cards, so I basically took all 4 images that are on the stamp set, and I did the same thing. It was a piece of pattern paper with scallop behind it. I cut out the frame in a different color after I just colored these in with markers. This one I used ribbon and a chipboard sticker for the sentiment as well. But on the next 2, I did the same basic card, but instead of adding ribbon, I just added some of the enamel shapes that came in the kit. I just used some of the dots and just put them highlighted there. I stamped out the sentiment where the party hat like a crown, and I cut that out with that little banner die that's in the kit. And I did the same thing here with the sentiment, there's always room for cake. And just use that cute cake stamp and some of our enamel shapes. So here is just to show you could use the same basic design and you get 4 separate cards, quick and easy. And I've got birthday cards for the year started good start on those. For our next card, I thought I'd do something a little different and fun. I did cut out the sentiment from the postcard. Remember, use that postcard. I mean, use it up. Don't let it go to waste. So I took the sentiment and I just cut it out of the postcard. I die cut a frame with this polka dot paper from the paper pad. And then I stamped a row of these candles going across, and I only colored the ones that are going to be highlighted in the frame. I just thought it was a fun look to just highlight those that are colored and then have these just, you know, black and white off to the side. Just thought it was a fun thing. And then I've cut out, I love this grid paper in the pattern paper because it's just a pattern that you can use with lots of different things. So let's go ahead and adhere that. I cut a card base out of the teal cardstock that's in the kit. Now that we have our panel adhered down here, we're going to glue down our stamped piece. And then the last thing to do is to add the frame. And now we'll take the sentiment. Again, this is from the postcard. I just cut that out and I put a piece of foam tape on the back just to pop that up for some dimension. And we're just going to add that going right across there. And here is our next card. I just love that look. Just some colored images inside the frame there. Okay, for our last card, we're going to make a shaker card. And I've cut out with the Pink and Main Cloudy Frame dies, I've cut out the largest frame here, and I'd adhered an acetate sheet already to the back of the frame, and then I've doubled up those little Doris foam strips that I was talking about earlier. I kind of double layered them so it's a little thicker. I wanted my frame to stand up a little bit farther off the card because I want to use some of these cute chipboard stickers as our shaker pieces. So I've got a white card base. I've got my frame ready to go. I did cut out, let's put these off to the side here. So I cut out a rectangle that's the size of the inside of the frame here. So I'm going to adhere that to my card base first. If you've never made a shaker card, super simple to make once you put one or two of them together. So don't be intimidated by doing shaker cards. So now I have this piece adhered to my card base. So I want to add the shaker pieces that are going to go inside. And since these are bigger shaker pieces, they're going to only shake around so much and then they're going to hit each other, if that makes sense. So I just want to place them in a way where they could still kind of move around a little bit. We'll put a few hearts in here. And I thought that'd just be kind of a fun, different way to use these chipboard stickers. So I'm not taking the backing off and making them stickers, but rather leaving them loose so that they'll move around inside my frame. And I'm also going to take some sequins, because I think we need some sequins in here as well, just for some extra movement and just a little bit of sparkle and shine. These aren't really super shiny. They kind of have a little bit of a matte finish, but they're still real fun. So we'll put some of those in there. And they'll kind of move around all these other bigger pieces. Okay, so all I have to do is peel the backing off of my adhesive foam. And now we're ready to adhere this down on the card. I'm just gonna try to center it the best I can on that rectangle. And we'll push down all the edges and corners so that nothing falls out the side. And here we have, look how fun that is with those big pieces that kind of move and shake around. So much fun. The last thing we're gonna add to this is a sentiment. And I have cut the sentiment out with the banner die that comes in the kit, but it's a little too long for this sentiment, so I'm gonna just simply take the scissors and trim off some of that straight edge to make it just the size I want, the length that I need. And then we're gonna glue it to the top of our shaker frame here. I'm just gonna glue it right on top of that acetate sheet. And there we have a super fun shaker card with some big colorful pieces that move and shake around. Oh, I love this card so much. So I hope you've enjoyed making some cards with me with our March 2020 Crafty Courtyard kit. This kit will help you create lots and lots of celebration or birthday themed cards. And you know, we always need those hanging around for just those special occasions and those birthdays that pop up. Until next time, keep living the creative life.